Hi, my loves. For you guys that followed me on Periscope back in the day, this is probably a deja vu. No, I did not get into a fight. No, I was not protecting PWs. No, somebody did not talk poorly about my husband and I defended myself. I did not go into Drita mode. I've unfortunately had problems with my septum for years. About 3 years ago, I got it fixed for the first time. And again, if you guys followed me on Periscope, you would know that I went through it and I made videos during that time. I got it fixed. I had a minor complication that I had to get fixed on this side. He had to take back my turbinate something. I have no idea what the heck it is, but I can breathe and smell so much better out of this side instantaneously minute after I woke up out of surgery. But I came in here to tell you guys my thoughts while my husband was on lockdown. You guys, first of all, I am so sorry for, I'm kind of out of it today. I do not want to take pain medication. I do not like the way it makes me feel. So I am struggling with a major headache. And today is the worst day of swelling. It's day 3 after my surgery. So my face hurts, my head hurts. It's pounding at the same time. I decided while I already had a headache, I might as well detox from coffee because why not? So I'm struggling. I'm hurting. If I'm a little bit more tongue-tied than usual, which is a lot, I do apologize, but I'm trying really, really hard not to cave to take pain medicine. Just take Tylenol, which I already hate to take anyway. I don't like to take anything, but we're dealing. For you guys that don't know me, really quick, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure that if you like what you see, if you are a prison wife or family member, or if you're interested in our lives, that you hit the subscribe button below and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss a video. As soon as I make them, I'm going to start making live videos here on YouTube. I was doing it on Facebook for a while. I was doing it on Periscope for a while, and we're moving over here. So that is to come soon. I don't know why I'm loving my snapping today. For you guys that don't know me, my name is Ro. I am the founder of Strong Prison Wives and Families, and I use my years of experience to help prison wives and family members feel educated, empowered, encouraged, and supported, not only while their loved ones are doing time, but long after their loved ones come home. If you stay with me and use the exercises that I provide to you, you will get out, you will stay out, you will beat statistics, and you will not be the stigma. You will break stigma. So I just realized that I'm filming this up and down, and Julius is going to bitch slap me for doing it the wrong way, because I'm like, oh, I'm staring right into my eyes, not into that little hole. Whoops. We're just gonna go with it because it's too late to change this. So Adam's facility, my husband's facility, went on lockdown the week prior to me going into surgery. And I did have a video up about it. I pulled it down only until they come off lockdown and the whole thing is over, because you guys that are in this life know I am not going to do anything. I'm not going to put anything out there that somebody from the facility could see and use it as an excuse to get my husband in trouble, to keep lockdown going for longer, get other people's husbands and loved ones, including my own, stuck in that situation in a 90-degree and above week with no AC, stuck in the cells with the windows that open only this much. So I'm not trying to do that, and I'm really not trying to put it all out there before things are resolved. Again, you guys know how it goes. So I really didn't think it would be a long one. I thought it would be a day or two. It wound up being a week. So they went in on Wednesday. My surgery was scheduled for the following Tuesday, and they didn't come out until Wednesday. So I, the night before my surgery, started getting a little bit lost in my head, going, oh my God, I've never had a problem going under anesthesia. I do not really get anxiety about it, especially for something minor. Like, it's not like I have something life-threatening that they're operating on. I'd probably have anxiety if it was something like that, but this is just, it was minor. It wasn't even like the hardcore anesthesia. I was only under for maybe 20 or 30 minutes. But still got stuck in my head. It's still going under, right? And I'm still going to be in the hospital and all of that stuff that follows it. So I was thinking, God forbid something happens to me and I didn't get a chance to speak to him for a week. He's never going to forgive himself. He'll never be able to get over it. And I just kind of like got lost in my head for a minute. I was able to fall asleep that night. I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning so I could shower and wash my hair, because I didn't know when I was going to be able to wash my hair again before getting this off, and shave and, all of that fun stuff. And my doctor in the hospital is an hour from my house, because I went to a specialist in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So I got up at 4:30. I had to be at the hospital at 6. I was so exhausted by the time I got to the hospital, by the time they started doing my IV, that I literally just passed out. I honestly just wanted to go back to sleep. I wanted my nap. I wasn't able to think about being anxious. I mean, I texted Adam, not texted, I sent him an email through my phone. Like as soon as I got up, as soon as they were taking me in, like literally was like, all right, going in now, handed the phone to my sister, who was amazing, who sat the whole time. She literally had the exact same surgery the same day that we had the first one, and then she had a very similar complication, and went in Memorial Day weekend so I could drive her and take care of her, and then we staggered it so then she could take me and stay with me when I went. So handed her my phone, went in. Now here's the part that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I had my surgery. Everybody was so fun. Like they were joking around. Loved the girls that were prepping me. Loved the girls, even like going on the operating table. The woman who was the doctor who was helping the head anesthesiologist was adorable. And when she started my IV, she was like, oh my God, I made a mess. I am a bleeder. It's just the way I am. Like you guys that know me from my first surgery, I was black and blue from my eyes all the way down my cheeks, and I had some down here. It's just, I am just a bleeder. It's just me naturally. I don't take vitamin E. I don't take aspirin. It's just my genetics, I guess. So when she poked me for my IV, I started bleeding down my arm, and she got really nervous, and she's like, oh my God, I made such a mess. And I go, don't worry, I'm a bleeder. It's no big deal. She goes, I hope you can't feel it. I couldn't feel a thing. As I was going in again, they always ask you your whole history and everything. And I have a history of asthma when I was younger. I've grown out of it. I haven't had an asthma attack in many, many, many years. So she asked me, the last thing I remember was she was asking me about my asthma and when the last time I had an attack was. And I was like, and I remember even doing the hand motion because I'm Italian and I speak with my hands. All my videos I say, my friends always tell me if I had to sit on my hands, I wouldn't be able to speak. I'd be mute. And they're absolutely right. So I sat with my hands. I was like, not for like a really, really long time. That's the last thing I remember before falling asleep. Now I remember waking up and I remember coming, like I was asleep, like I was dreaming. Like I first felt like I was just asleep in my bed. And then when I realized where I was, I remember turning to whomever was there, I don't know, and asking how it went. And they said everything was fine. The next thing I remember was coughing, a lot of coughing. And in my head, the way that I remember it, this is so funny for you guys. I know my girlfriend Kat's gonna love this one because we were raised like such ladies. I remember thinking I wanted this hand to be loose. This was one that with the needle and the IV, so I knew I couldn't move it for some reason. I knew that in my sleep. I wanted this hand to be loose so I could cover my mouth because I was coughing in public. I don't remember what happened. I just remember a lot of coughing, trying to like make my hand loose so I could cover my mouth, and then falling back to sleep. When I woke up again 45 minutes later, that's not exactly how it happened. It's just how it happened in my memory, thank God, because I overheard the nurse or one of the doctors on the phone when I was leaving recovery, calling down to the nurse's station where the room that I was just going to recover in for a few minutes before they sent me home. And she said she started choking as she was coming up out of anesthesia. She does have a history of asthma. Keep your eye on her. And I remember there was like a nurse or a doctor right here who was on me like the whole time, and she wouldn't leave. And I've never recalled that ever coming up out of anesthesia before. And I remember her walking over to me at one point and she said, I'm going to take this oxygen off your nose, and wiping. I had blood dripping. And so she was wiping the drips. So later on, as I'm piecing things together, I realized I told you I'm a bleeder. I was bleeding. I was laying back during my surgery flat. I think I was choking on blood when I was coming up out of the anesthesia. And I'm not telling you this to gross you guys out. I'm sorry. I probably should have disclaimered it. But what I'm saying is how crazy, like that freaked me out so badly that I could have gone in for this minor surgery, and I could have, thank God, didn't happen, but I could have had this major complication, and my poor husband was in lockup. My poor husband had no idea. He still has no idea. He called me the next day when he finally got out of lockdown to make sure I was okay, and he was so happy to hear that I sounded fine, because when the first time I had packing in my nose and a huge splint, so I was like, and then I would say a couple words, and then I would say a couple words because I couldn't breathe out of my nose, and it was a lot more traumatic of a surgery. This one was very minor, but I never told him what happened. I played it off. I was like, I'm just putting my sneakers on. I'm going to go for a little walk because I was stir crazy. Today I'm holding off on the walk for a little while because I'm just not feeling very well. It's, again, third day, which is the worst day, but I just wanted to pass that along to you guys as a prison life thing because one, it's traumatic. Two, I know a lot of you guys have had to go through things that are worse. We had a woman who had who thought she had a lump. We had a woman who is pregnant. Her husband got out, and she had a major complication and had to go under, I think, like 5 or 6 hours of surgery. We had I actually was in touch with an inmate a few years ago, and I actually forgot about this until I was re-listening to one of my YouTube videos to remake it the other day. And I believe they were MWI. And she stayed with him for a very long sentence, and she wound up coming down with breast cancer and dying prior to him getting out. And these are the things that go through my mind during this, and I know that they go through your minds. And that's a lot of the reason why I started what I'm doing online, is because if we can't have those people to support us when we need them and we're going through this, at least we can have each other. We have SPWF members in each other's areas. We have, we're just a touch away online when you're not feeling well. I was sending pictures to my friends, to my SPWF closest besties, day of surgery, like, hey, look at my best that I ever looked, with like packing, with ice packs on my head and in my hospital gown. And they were just cheering me up, because it's kind of sad and it's traumatic. And I was so blessed and lucky enough that my sister stayed with me that whole time. But I know not all of our members have that luxury. So just know that we are here with you. We're here for you. And let's say that you're in a situation like we had a girl up in New York State who had to go through surgery, and we had 4 or 5 members that were like, what do you need? I will be there. How can I help you? And 4 or 5 in person. And then we had hundreds online that were there to support her. So that's what we're here for. Know that you don't have to go through anything alone. If you're going through something and you need support, if it's medical, if it's not medical, whatever it is, comment below, let us know. We'll get you hooked up with somebody. I can coach you. We can get you a mentor in your area, etc. So that's it. I'm going to go. It is so hot up here. I'm sweating, and I'm afraid to sweat this tape off of my nose. But know that I'm fine. Everything's good. It was just a minor complication, but it was a minor complication that, thank God, I don't remember as it actually happened because of the anesthesia that I was still under. But in hindsight, kind of nerve-wracking and scary, and something that I'll probably never share with Adam. He doesn't need to know until he's home, because God forbid I have to go under anesthesia again while he's in there. I don't want him to have to worry. These are the little things that really they don't need to know. It's not like I'm hiding something from him. Yes, communication is key, but they don't need to know these little things, do they? Maybe I'm wrong. If you disagree, comment below and we can get a mature discussion going about that. You guys know I am all about 100% pure, open, honest communication, but this is one minor thing. I don't think it's hurting him not to know. Okay, it's hurting my face to be so expressive facially, which is another thing I do besides for my hands. So you guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to all being behind you. But until then, we are all here to support each other in whatever way we need while our loved ones are gone. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you beautiful, beautiful men and women in the next one.